The Hangout on Air is live. Hello. If you're watching this message, I don't know what to say. But hello and welcome. Figure this out as I go along. So, a little rough sanding. Take off any debris. All right, let me explain to you what I'm doing today. I am taking scrap wood, as I have done before, and I am going to be making a necklace holder for my wife. I've been dreaming up different designs, and finally time enough to make something. So I'm just getting rid of any excess buildup. This was wood from a construction site, cedar. Just scrap wood, and I got to keep it because it would have just been in the garbage. A lot of it I pulled out of the garbage. So, you know, if you've ever worked in construction, you know how those things are. So I'm just rough sanding sharp corners, and we're just gonna do this all by hand today. Kids are playing in the background. And this is 80 grit. It takes a major bite. Ouch. That'll take an edge off of something real fast. No sharp corners almost instantly. I'll check the chat in just a minute if anybody's here. See what's going on. I invited a couple of people. I already had a conversation offline. Breath of fresh air. So you're gonna hear some background noise from the kids playing, of course. Let's see, we did this edge. Let's flip it, and we'll do this one. See, holding each other accountable. You hear that? Kind of a beautiful thing if you think about it. Alrighty. There we go. That's how you do it. Send it flying. Send it flying. Alrighty. This is going to be painted, so it's not going to be perfect, but you know. I'm sitting on a chair that was made. Oh, sandpaper that turn. That's probably better. It's a lot harder. Harder down there. All right. All right, let me pull the chat up, see if anybody's hanging out with us yet. And then, you know, I'm hoping to have some people on the air. I'm just preparing the wood, guys. Just preparing the wood. Making it, you know, suitable to be used. No sharp corners. It's a rough idea, you know. figure it out as we go. Get a little sawdust in my eyes. That'll make life fun. No sharp edges. No sharp edges. No sharp edges. I'm just making sure I don't miss any edges. All right, I think we're good. Everything's been rounded. That piece has been prepared. It's a pretty solid piece. It's cedar siding. Yeah, figure it out. All right, let me pull this around here. Oh yeah. Let's see here. Let us see what is going on. I can pull the chat up. Pull the volume down there. That sanding is ear piercing. Well, I'll keep that in mind, but I'm pretty much done with the sanding, so that's good to know. So I'm just going to keep my chat right there. And flannel for the win. And backwoods illegitimate child. All right. I just popped this back on, you know. That's okay. That's what tools are for, right? It's all good. So I made my kombucha, friends. Made my kombucha. And that kombucha, this is strong. Barrel aged. That's pretty serious stuff. But yeah, I made the kombucha, and it is really good. So I made a regular kombucha, and I made a hops kombucha, hoppy, and it's tasty, really tasty. So I've been sharing that with the Patreon folks, and I was gonna make this a Patreon video, but it's Memorial Day. There's birds singing. I'm gonna be sweating a lot, but that's what I got the flannel shirt for. Well, it's not flannel. It's just whatever that design. Plaid. It's not flannel. I said flannel because flannel is typically plaid. I just got the words mixed up. So feel free to chat. I'm keeping the cap on because I'm afraid bugs are going to go messing around. Who's in the chat? I know. There's 3 people here, supposedly. So Breath of Fresh Bear was here earlier, but not live. You know, we just chatted offline. And yeah, so let's get this thing started. What I'm going to do, I'm going to change the, hey, Boingo Bear, what's going on? So I'm going to adjust the camera from time to time here. Let's just see what's going on. Crank that down. Should be good. That should be good. There we go. So I'm going to be using this here. Go. This is going to be the base, okay? And this is to build a necklace holder for my wife. Going to be putting a hole in this board, okay? Center, right? So we've got to make sure I center it right. And I'm going to put a hole here, and it's going to drop down to right about here. It's going to catch, okay? I'm doing this all with hand tools. It's going to catch. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, let's see. This is just the first piece of scrap I found, but I'm going to find one that's a little thicker than this if I can. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shave off just the corners, or bigger if possible. I'm going to sink it down about yay deep, maybe about that deep, and it's going to sit in there as a as an extender. Can you see the top? You can't see the top, but you know, it's a piece of wood. So it's going to sit in there. It's going to sit in there. And then I'm going to do another rounded piece up here. And I'm going to sink another board centrally and have it the opposite direction. And each board is going to hold however many necklaces. And I have to figure out how to do the necklaces too. So I'm kind of figuring this out as I go. And yeah, that's what's going on. The kombucha is awesome. It's let me crank back up here to the face sauce. All right, there we go. That's pretty good. So the kombucha is that I made took fermented for 7 days, and then I did a second fermentation in the bottles, the storage bottles, for another solid day, and then I refrigerated them as of this morning. And my hoppy one, oh, it's so good. But the plain one, that's black tea and blueberry tea, really good stuff. Just the right level of sugar, the right level of tangy, vinegary kombucha goodness. Didn't go too long, and everything looks very healthy. I'm excited about it. It's very, very happy. I'm gonna actually leave that there and then figure this out. So I'm gonna be hunting through my wood, see if I can show you what's going on over here. So I use my ladder. Oh, my box is gonna fall off if I don't. So I use my ladder as a means to store my wood. That's my scrap wood. That's all of it right there. And I have built a couple of different things from just that scrap wood. You can kind of see the handle of a push reel mower there. I actually would like to sell if possible because we have a regular mower. But you know, the push reel is just kind of sitting there. It's a Scott's. You know, I think $80 would be fair. Not that you guys want it, because you know, shipping. But then all that's a Craigslist find. All that wood you see there is a good old Craigslist find. So I'm going to go through that wood real quick. I'll crank this back down. So, yeah. And I'll crank it down a little bit, you know. I'll be showing off the woodworking more than my own face. But how about I mean, I'll let you watch me so that you can see me and everything. So I'm going to see if I can find any better pieces of thick wood. That's a good piece right there. That's pretty long, but it's a lot thicker. That's what I'm looking for. It's a good thick piece. That's going to be probably just what I need. That is going to work. That is going to work just fine. We'll sink that down. I'll probably just do a lot of sanding on that. I might use some carving tools. And what I was hoping to find was there's the woods falling down. I've got more little scrap wood down there too. Is that one of those plain boards? Yeah, it is. I've got plain boards too that don't have the edges, but they're skinnier, which might not be a problem. Let me consider things here. I already prepared the one, but this is a pretty good piece. Let's see here. That's a pretty good piece. I'd have to even that out. It's got a 15-degree angle on it. It's a little annoying. I don't know how that was done, but see if I have any other pieces like that. Yes, no, yes, no. This one maybe. Those both have paint on them. They're pretty much the same. No, they're bigger. That looks stupid as all get out. This one doesn't have paint. How similar is that? I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly the same. This has got character. I might use that one. We might drop the idea of the other board. I think that'd be really kind of blatantly, unless the ledge serves a good purpose, I don't know that I want to use that. I'm trying to think. It could serve a purpose. Weight-wise, too. I've got a decision. I've got all the wood I need, but now I have to just kind of make up my mind. Alrighty. Well, time to think and talk about this. And then if anybody's wanting to hang out, have anything, I have to use this tool every time, huh? It just snaps right on and then I have to pop it back off. I just can't get it with my fingers, so just is what it is. I just don't want bugs in my brew. That ain't any good. All right, what's going on in the chat? What's going on? Showing off his six-pack. What? I definitely don't have one of those. Yeah, happy Memorial Day, everybody. Boingo. Nah, I'm not doing no fireworks. I don't have money, or we don't do all that. Yeah. So I'm making a necklace stand for my wife. Hi, you okay? Okay. Kids are playing in the kiddie pool. Having fun. Wondering why I'm talking to myself. You know, there comes a time in a child's life where they start to wonder, why are my parents the way they are? And am I going to be that way someday too? It's a sad and desperate time, but we all have to face it in much the same way. For those that have parents, of course. It's a blessing, guys. It's a blessing. All right. Yeah, for fallen soldiers, not just veterans. Yeah. I didn't know I was focused on midsection. Okay, I got you. What's the difference between Memorial Day and Oh, yeah, got you. Every long weekend in Canada has fireworks. Wow. Canadians know how to party, huh? Do they have do they do the brew? Because, you got to brew something. Mead, kombucha, beer, wine. I guess you don't brew wine, do you? You ferment it, but you get the point. That's not what makes a party, though. That's not what makes a party. Y'all getting too hot?
What?
You too hot?
And the pool.
Gotcha.
I want mom to wait till they come here. They're bringing the slippy slide thing.
It's gonna be interesting.
Fun.
Especially back here.
What?
It's gonna be interesting. I hope you have fun. I hope you have fun.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have lots of fun.
That sounds like a disgusting party. Daddy's reading messages on the computer and responding to them because they can hear what I'm saying and they can hear you too.
Are you talking to your friend?
Lots of different friends.
Oh, Daddy?
No, not that. Not those friends. Not
like your friends?
Yeah.
Boyfriends?
All kinds of different ones. Old and young and boys and girls. All different ones.
Mom has girlfriends. You have boyfriends.
Daddy has actually all kinds of different friends.
I mean, we have friends that think and Hayden, they're a girl and a boy. So we have both.
Yeah.
Friends. Just friends.
Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Just friends. Go see what West is doing. That sounds terrible, buddy.
Let's just check it on our phone.
Hey, Josh, welcome. I invited you just out of courtesy and, you know, just in case. And Boingo Bear, good theory. I like that. I like that theory. Very likely. They retroactively release people incarcerated for drug use crimes. That's a good question, Intoxicating. It's a good question. Bugs are going to be serious. I'm going to keep on swatting. Go play. Go play. If you're not going inside, go play. Alrighty. Let's do something here. So I'm thinking this is going to be the best bet because of just let me crank the camera down so you can see what's going on. So this is the board. It's got this ledge, and I'm not sure how I'm going to make use of it, but I have a feeling it's got it on both sides. I have a feeling I'm going to be able to make use of it if I notch it out and have I have the notches to hold the necklaces. So that is what I'm thinking. Who is this Josh Todd? Well, Josh Todd is one of the Patreons, so by default a legend.
So how do I do this? Unhold it. Does it just have one hook in it? That's it.
I thought part of it blows up with air.
Yeah.
Oh, that was all air? I mean, all water?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right. So they're having fun setting up a water slide over there. Yes, Josh Todd is just the legend number 2 that joined Patreon. And yeah. Retroactively taught. I don't get this Google Hangouts thing. You don't get it as in you don't. Yeah, it's a way that we can live stream together, and you just if you want to hang out and talk and stuff, then you get to hang out and talk, and if you don't, it's not a big deal. It adds a little bit of dynamic because I guess I could hypothetically. Yeah, in an imperfect world, get boring from time to time. It's possible. Very unlikely that I would ever bore anybody ever, but hypothetically, it could happen. So that's where these live stream hangouts come in handy. So that's it. I have to
So this is where it goes? Yeah.
excuse me. Wait, what's the what? Exclamation question mark.
I'm gonna go get
What's going on? What is going on? I don't even know what's going on. Got a question for you, Miss Jump, when you have a moment.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I'm just gonna read the chat, guys. I'm just gonna read the chat. All right, so I'm thinking this is the platform, and what I'm thinking is creating some type of notches and to hold the necklaces.
You want me to bring you a necklace? Because you got to think about the tag that's on the tag and how they're going to fit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm thinking I'm just telling you, this is what I'm thinking. Notch, notch, and then you hang the necklace there. Notch, notch, 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 you hang the necklace there. There's these boards too. But they're heavier, narrower. They could work. Oh, I would just sand. I could sand that, or whatever. I already sanded that one to be ready if I use that. But this is the alternative. It's more to dig through. It's not a big deal, but it's
I mean, I like that other board better.
This one.
Yeah.
It's lighter weight, so that would probably help safety wise. But anyway, the plan is to dig through centrally there, and then I was just thinking maybe if they hang down like 1, 2, 1, 2. I mean, I don't know how close to put them. I just don't know. But then the other, like I told you before, this is going to be a hole, and I'll do another one up here, about right there.
Not that high up though.
This was the piece of wood, and I can saw it down. It would be about right there. So however high you wanted it, but the main issue is just having it high enough. I mean, this is going to be here. Well, actually, it's going to be about right here. So, I mean, what, 12 inches, 14 inches? I mean, here. You just don't want it to be too tall.
I don't want it to be too tall. One, because I don't think the bottom's stable enough, and two, because
Your necklaces aren't heavy.
I don't know where it will be sitting. If it's sitting on somebody's jewelry counter in a store, too tall is going to be too tall. You know what I mean? You need to be able to look over it.
True.
Kind of thing.
All right. Sounds good. I'll probably cut this in half. That's what I'm going to do. And that way it'll be right about here. And they'll be pretty close together. And it'll be the strangest, most unique necklace holder in the history of mankind. Possibly. Hypothetically. All right, that's the piece of wood. Is this the one I have prepared? No, I need to prepare that one. This one is the one I have prepared. We'll set that there. All right, we're going to do a little bit more sanding, which apparently sounds like the pits of Hades. Oh, boring. Oh, well, thank you. I mean, I appreciate that. That's nice. You guys and Nate still good? Yeah. Boingo. We always intend on edifying each other and everyone else, and the intention of our debates and our arguments and disagreements and admonishments and all that stuff is really just to show not necessarily the perfect world, because we don't live a perfect world, but really that we can get along and resolve and repent and grow and learn and study. And that's really the main point that comes from all of that. So yeah, everything's fine. We still very strongly disagree about certain things, but it's okay. We do have brotherly love, Philadelphia, for each other, and we're gonna keep on keeping on. So the pits of Hades is the sound. Yeah, sorry. Instigating or intro? Yeah, right on. Like the streams with y'all adds an interesting. Well, thank you, Boingo. I haven't anathemaed. The only reason I would really anathema somebody is not for foolishness, not for immaturity, none of that, but for heresy, like pure heresy, rejection of Jesus Christ. I'm gonna anathema somebody if that's the case, but that's not the case. So we care about God, his what he cares about, and we're gonna have minor disagreements, and it's okay. It'll help us learn. So sleep, much help in the exciting department. I don't know you very well, Josh Tot. But I have a feeling not. Just I guess the thing is, don't have really any major expectations. I'm gonna be whittling here in a moment, and sanding. Coexist. Oh my gosh. I appreciate you. I think you're hilarious. Intoxicating masculinity. You are hilarious. I always appreciate his input in his writing style literature. He's a very talented writer. Absolutely, he is, and he sees things from a different angle, for sure, for sure. And if he messages me, just Nate, if you watch this stream and you're like, why am I not? I figured you were doing something, but text me, like text me on my phone, and I'll invite you to the deal. I will chat by voice. Yeah, you can turn your camera off, and if I have to, I'll put my headphones in, which may be interesting because I haven't done that yet with my laptop. This laptop, that is. I've done it with my other MacBook, but all right, I'm gonna do some sanding. JM Zach, if you want to put in the chat your email, feel free to do that. Did you share some of the kombucha? Did you have any yet? Have you ever had kombucha? Oh yeah. So
What is the one not marked that has?
the two on the top or the regular? The one on the middle shelf is it's literally says Hoppy Com or KOM or whatever. So I added hops to one of them.
Oh, okay.
It's good. I really like it, but it's not actually very strong. Amanda just hates hops. She thinks I think it's just yeah. PTSD from when you all picked up cans. Yeah.
I know that those people that I work with, that when they feel like, no, it's great, you should try it, blah, blah, blah. And you really hyped it up, and I tried it, and it's like,
Yeah.
really weird aftertaste. I like it. Don't step on it.
All righty. All righty. What's going on in chat? I will check. Okay, nothing yet. I'm just working on the wood here, guys. Check it out. Check it out. Alrighty. There we go. Just rounding all the corners. And what this is going to be doing is be potentially in a little boutique somewhere. So, you know, it's going to be very interesting. You know, my theory, I guess, is that if somebody can spit on a canvas and call it art, or spill a pot of coffee on a canvas and call it art, then they shouldn't be too critical of amateur art with all that other nonsense out there. Alrighty. Good old cedar. Just a little rough sanding with 80 grit.
Yeah, I'm gonna put plain water in this too. So you probably need to make a solid trailer because I'm gonna knock it down.
Oh yeah, good spider. Sanded spider.
Maybe pick up your towels and do them to the porch for now, and then
All right.
put some in the water. No,
That is pretty well done.
although I don't know about so I think that brown money. Or
Very likely. All righty.
I feel like that's the better end before though. If you're running the flesh.
All righty. Oh, there we go. Get a little bit of that edge.
Because you want yeah, I think that is.
Everything's rounded. Corners taken off.
Yeah, you can have to go very high.
It's good to go. It's good to go.
You know, when you tiny like tape, like where is the rib small enough to take it up? We have.
All right, I think that's good. We're not trying to make this perfect or anything. It's a rough project, guys. It's a rough project. What's going on? Hey, Preacher Bear, what's going on? Hello from America to the Englands. Hello, Mousy the Bear. Yeah, no, I got you. Welcome and hello. Hello to everybody. Hey, Boingo Bear, you're hilarious. I'll check in later. That's fine. See you later. Yeah, let's do this. Gonna go ahead and start by popping open a chisel set. And I've never really used any of this, but it's about time. Because I got this stuff last Christmas, so it's been a year. And over a year. It's been like a year and a half. Because I didn't get it this Christmas. Oh, spilled a little. It's all good.
Is it getting higher?
Alrighty.
Is it going down there yet? Yeah.
No worry. Don't worry about that anymore. Oh, God. We don't have to worry about that bothering us anymore. All right. So I've got scissors. Scissors are a good tool to have on hand. Just for the record, if anybody's trying to learn how to use tools, have a pair of scissors handy. Because you can use a knife, but, you know, scissors work pretty good. It's a pretty good invention if you think about it. Just saying. All right, so I wanted to mention this to anybody that might care. I don't know how many of you all might like really, what's the word for it? Screamo? Metal? Not metal. Screamo kind of music. But there was this band called Showbread.
So you think this one's at low or?
Showbread.
You're supposed to be able to do it.
Who can know it?
Long track.
Okay. It is signed. And number 414 out of 1,000. It's obviously not in great condition. It's survived nearly a decade, really. It's about almost 10 years ago, if you think about it. Close to it. Probably eight years ago, maybe 9 years ago. I will give this to the first Patreon member that requests it. Even if you're a $1.11 Patreon member, this goes to the first Patreon member that wants it. Signed album by the band, and they are awesome. Their music's actually pretty good. Showbread, by the way, they are Christian, and they actually share the gospel at every one of their concerts, which I always respected. I went to two different concerts of theirs. Both were very random that I even made it. But anyway, this goes to the first person that asks for it from Patreon. Post-hardcore, that's one way. Yes, necklace display for the wife. That's what I'm doing. What you standing for? Yep, that's the answer. Been doing some woodwork today. I've been cutting rifle stock to fit a cheek riser for sightline. That goes way over my head, Preacher Bear, but glad to hear it. That sounds really great. Mousy the Bear. That's cool, Mousy the Bear. Where are you at? Josh, if you want it, just say it. Say the word. Just say, hey, I want that. And, you know, it would help me out. I'd be honored to send it to you. I've got it digitally already, so I have the music. And it was part of a Kickstarter thing that Showbread did years ago. And I was just like, I love the band. I love that they love Jesus. I'm not totally into their music, all of it, but it's fun. It's goofy. It is fun and exciting. It's not my favorite kind of music, but I was like, I want to support these guys because they do a really great job. They wind up sharing the gospel with primarily the types of people that are like cutting themselves and people that didn't expect to hear anything about Jesus. And it's part of what I really liked about them. They're just good guys, honest. Elsie, that's gross. Don't do that. So anyway, if you want it, it's yours, man. Yeah, great. So it's Josh's. What would help if you can? If you can't, it's not a big deal. But if you can, if you could like kick like I don't know, like $10 my way for the shipping, and I'll get it to you. If not, it's whatever. Just send me a message with your address. Do it like a PayPal and whatever you want to send in that regard, just for shipping, and it's yours. But just include your physical address or mailing address, not physical, mailing address for and I'll get it to you sometime over the next week or so. Shouldn't be too hard. So, all right. I just want to share that randomly. All right, let's figure out what tool I'm going to use. This should be interesting. I've got scoops and gouges. I think I want to scoop something curved. There's that. All right, that looks like the one I'm going to use right there. You can't see what I'm doing, but I'm just trying not to cut my finger off. All right, it's a V, and I don't know the technical name of all these. But let's cut this open. Here, let me show you what I'm doing here. Cut this open so that it's a little easier to manipulate. Okay. Go down here. All right, and now I can peel that all the way back and we're good to go. We're working in the tray. We've got a scoop. That's going to be way too big for my purposes. That's not going to work. Well, That's a pretty tight point. That could be a, we'll put that under potentially. Put that in there. And then that's a nice rounded one instead of V. Let me start off with that one instead of the V. I'm kind of worried about that. Let's keep it rounded. That's going to be good. I like that. All right, so now what I need to do is we're going to just find a pin, see if it writes. All right, it's good. Did you see me write on myself? Yeah, you did. You know, I'm just doing whatever. Scissors over there. We'll do this right here. We're going to balance the board. Looks like the good. Which one am I going to do for the bottom board? They're pretty much identical. And I think that they're going to be painted, so. All right, so we'll do that bottom like that. All right, I'm going to balance it like this. Tap, tap, tap. I'm just going to do straight up. I'm going to do a balance based on weight, not on measurement. I'm just filling it out. Can you see what I'm doing? All right. I'm just basically testing the edges, seeing what's going on. Left, right. That feels very even. That feels very much the same. Lift, 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 lift. All right, I'm pretty certain I'm center. I'm gonna apply some pressure there, and I'm gonna try and trace. Yeah, I'm gonna just trace. Try and hold this, and just go around the bottle, and see if I did it. Hey, that is pretty much. Show you what I got there. I got a circle. That's something to work with. That is something to work with. I'm gonna just draw here in the spit. I'm just gonna. All right, we're good. I'm gonna just go with that, and then I will use some type of something. I thought I might have a file in here, like a file. So I'm gonna have to get creative because I was planning on sanding out the center with a file, but I might have to do. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get creative. Razor blades, sharpening 11 pocket tool roll. Those. So I've got another carving set here with 45. Oh, this is a 5-piece. I don't know what in the world is saying 45 blade shapes available. Oh, you can buy more, I guess. It's whatever. I don't even know if I'll use this one. It's for more fine. I've got a more fine. So it was something I had asked for. But anyway, let's start this out. You know, do I know what I'm doing, guys? No. No, I don't. So all I'm going to do here is push down. It's cedar though. And I'm just going to draw my circle so that I have a stop, an edge to not, I don't know the technical terminology. And somebody watching this video will laugh at me and be like, oh, this guy, let's see what happens. Fine. My goal here is to literally just dig a hole. All I'm doing is digging a hole. And yeah, I could just use a drill, but I thought it'd be more fun to chat and do hand tools so I can practice in a in a low risk environment, you know, because worst comes, if the worst thing happens and I just destroy it, then I will just grab another piece of wood because I've got some more. It's all good. It's low risk. Practice. And we get to learn some things along the way. And it's fine. It's going to be fun. And like I said, I invited a couple of people, but oh, you posted your email on Discord? All right, JM. Give me a minute. Give me a moment. Hopefully, hopefully it's easy to find. Can you tag me? Because I don't know which channel you posted it on. I'm part of like 5 different Discord situations. You know what I'm saying? Bible study. Yeah, man, I don't know where you are. Do like a tag. If you're part of the Man Bear God channel, then obviously post it on Gospel Bearer. If you're part of the Next Level Bears, then post it in like Bible chat with my name. If you're part of the Bear Cave, then do it under Bible studies. Oh, is that you? That is you. I found you. That's so funny. All right, bro. I found you. That's cool. And you can just like black out your or mute your video. It's fine. But yeah, I'll add you, bro. That's fine. Let me set this down real quick. We're working our way through. All right, what do we have here? What do we have? It's so hard to see with the sunlight. It's a really simple email. That's cool. Kind of like mine. My email is devinjump@gmail.com. devinjump@gmail.com. I don't usually tell people my email, even though they can pretty much figure it out. Specifically because of my PayPal situation. Gmail. I got you. There you go. All right. Wow, I didn't realize I was like showing off my ring. It's all good. It's fun. That's fine. Just kidding. All right. No, I don't. Stop. I don't want the trial. I don't want any of your nonsense. Red YouTube. Thank you, Boingo Bear, with the Rogan's up. Absolutely. All right. We're good. Camera's fine. Chat's fine. Everybody, what's up? And I'm going to keep on working. And we'll get some extra dialogue going. And have a little fun. And I will probably grab an IPA momentarily because I finished my hey, what's going on? I think I have my volume turned up still. Can I hear you? I can't hear you. Oh, there you go. Now I can hear you. What's going on, man?
Not much. Apparently, my
oh goodness, hold on. Hold the phone. I'm gonna need to go earphones and crank you up because I can already tell that's not gonna work very well. So let me connect my earbuds to my computer somehow. Beatbox, Devin Power Beats. That's the one. Connect. All right, now we're connected. Go ahead and say something. See, your video is connected. It seems like your mic is muted right now. All right, there we go.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you just fine. That's great.
Okay, cool. So thank you. Thank you for the invitation on here.
Yep.
I've really enjoyed listening to you.
Yeah, I've seen you around for a while.
Yeah, it's nice to just hear somebody else and how they interpret the Bible and stuff. It's
Yeah, man.
really cool. So thank you. I found I started following you. I was listening to Owen, and I got onto a Discord
Okay.
by listening to after I started following him, I started listening to Sing Along Bear. She
Okay.
invited me to Discord. So
Okay, cool.
yeah, it's really nice just kind of being this.
It sounds like you're breaking up just a little bit. I don't know if there's anything that can be done about that though.
Yeah, and I kind of have trouble speaking loud, so I have a very quiet voice.
I got you. So I am using these tools for the first time. And I don't know how much the noise of my children and nephew, they're pretty noisy over there. I don't know how much that's affecting this video either. But I'm using, what are these crazy things called, guys? I keep on forgetting the name.
Point them at the camera. Show them.
This thing?
That is a gouge. Looks like a wood gouge.
I guess a gouge is the right word. I just felt like there was another word. A gouge or somebody said it the other day and I was like, okay, thank you. It was probably intoxicating masculinity. Typically he's the one that sets me straight on these words. But yeah. Yeah, man, thanks for hanging out. So what do you do? What's your role in this world?
Well, now I really don't do anything. I used to be in construction and all that, so that's kind of why I volunteered to chat with you.
Okay.
I don't know a lot, but I know somewhat about how to work things and if you need help. So I right now I am collecting disability.
Okay.
Because I was diagnosed when I was 22 with multiple sclerosis.
Gotcha, man.
And so, I really can't be working construction.
So you got diagnosed when you were, you said you were 20?
22, yeah.
22, okay. How early in your life did you know that something was up?
I probably started recognizing that something might be up when I was about 19, but I was living a pretty rugged lifestyle, doing lots of drugs, lots of drinking, and so I just figured, oh, I'm feeling weird because I'm just doing too much partying or something, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, I kind of feel weird with my whole backstory, but you know, it kind of explains why I started following things. Also, I I was raised in a gospel oriented house.
Okay.
I was raised Christian, always you know, in a very religious type family. But when my parents started to get divorced when I was about 13 years old when they divorced, I started partying and living a bad lifestyle, and I didn't go to church anymore.
Okay.
And it went on like that till 22. I was diagnosed, and it continued like that till I was about 27. And then when I was 27, my appendix, and I went in for an emergency surgery, and when I woke up out of that surgery, I just knew I had to go back to church. You know, God told me, you need to wake up. You need to stop acting like a kid. And so I went back to church and turned my life around when I was 27. And that's the road I've been on ever since.
Gotcha. Well, I'm a week away from 34. So I'm guessing you're either slightly younger than me or right on about the same age.
Right about the same age. I'm gonna be 36 at
Okay.
the end of June.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, that gives me a little context of knowing who you are, which has been a really cool thing, by the way. You know, I don't know if you were here the other night, but West Side Bear got on the stream, and that was the first time I'd ever seen him besides his little icon, and I was just like, wow, he looks way different. And looks, sounds, you know, when you get any context beyond words that are you're reading across the screen and a little bear name or whatever it is,
Yeah.
it's just cool to get to know people and figure out about their lives. And West Side Bear surprised me. There's a guy named Boingo Bear, not Boingo Bear. I'm sorry, Boingo Bear. Bigby Lupo, which is actually the same guy as Mr. Good Bear that almost everybody that watched Owen for at least a couple of months knows about Mr. Good Bear. And I knew about Bigby Lupo, but I had no idea that Bigby Lupo was also Mr. Good Bear. So anyway, it's just fun to get to know people, figure out about their lives, and share life with each other, encourage each other. People, you know, about to have children, and people going through hard times. I've been very blessed and thankful to be able to be a part of that. So
For
thanks for
sure.
coming on. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, definitely. I until I started following Owen and kind of seeing this whole bear thing going on, I was always a very private person. I
Gotcha.
didn't really want to share anything with anybody.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm starting to learn and see that the more people are open and honest with each other and just share their actual feelings, everything gets better. Situations are made easy. I think a lot of the troubles and frictions in this world are caused because people are avoiding being open with each other.
I hear you on that. A lot of it has to do with a little bit of a phenomenon that I've been talking to my wife about, and it's about how people are lazy to get to know somebody, and they take shortcuts by making assumptions, and they just I heard 3 or 4 things about this person. I pretty much feel like I know them, and I don't have to get to know them anymore. I know what's going on, and now I can pass my judgments, or I don't even want to be friends with them because of this or this or this, and that's just kind of how people act out of laziness, which is natural. I mean, I'm not arguing that it's not a natural thing, and it's obviously the easier way to just take shortcuts and not get to know people. However, I also feel like the only way that we're going to be able to share the love of Jesus in the real way and love one another is if we actually do get to know each other, and we like the whole fake thing, just being fake. This is extremely hard, by the way, what I'm doing. Like, I'm pretty certain I'm going to have a massive blister in the center of my hand. I'm going to show you the board. That's how much I've gotten through. I'm trying to show the depth there. So I've been working.
Do you know they make drill bits that you can spin by hand?
I know. Oh, by hand. Got you. Yeah, I'm sure they do. I'm just using what I have just for kicks and giggles.
Okay.
So it's gonna have its own consequences. But I don't know. I just opened it, so I was expecting these bits to be like pretty sharp and cut through the wood pretty good. But I'm finding it way more difficult than I expected.
You're using it in a way in which it wasn't made. So
I think you're right. I'm just kind of I'm winging it. Is how they say that, right? I'm just winging it.
So are you trying to drill all the way through the board, or are you just trying to
All the way through? All the way through, which I know I should probably work from the other side too, but I don't want to. Once I get through, oh, there we go. I'm all the way through. So now that I'm all the way through, I'm gonna use my scoop because I've got these. Let's see here. This has, I think it. No. Is that sharp on the edge? I don't know. Let's see. No, that's not gonna spin. I don't know if any of them will spin actually. I was gonna use one with the little curve to kind of scoop it out. from the edge, but I thought I had one of these that let me pull this closer. All right.
Yeah, that's a lathe. Lathe.
Step on the pool. See, you're letting all the water out. No, no.
So those tools they're made to be used with spinning wood. So if you're
Well, some of them are chisels though. Somebody said in chat so that's a chisel. So and that's
Yeah.
what
No, that's still a lathe tool.
how do you
Tools, some of the lathe tools they look like chisels.
oh gotcha. Well, I've got this angle one. I just thought that I had one here that was maybe going to be able to scoop. Let me see. Maybe this one. Sharp on? No. I don't know. I'm just going to have to work at it. See what happens. It's all good. I'll get there eventually. I will get there eventually. So, any random topics you're interested in talking about?
Well, I would suggest that if you're gonna stab through the board, don't do it on your lap.
Well, it's in between. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it's in between. So I don't think I'm gonna have any injuries. I try to have good precaution, but that's good advice. I could lose a thumbnail though as I jam through the hole there. Yeah, I've got to figure this out. And then it's gonna blow out on the other side because it's cedar. I've got to figure this out.
What I would do then is before you get too much through, start working on it from the back side.
Yeah. Right. Try and line it up.
Yeah. But don't press too hard. Just work from the broken hole.
Yeah. A little bit at a time is kind of how it works, I suppose. If you try and rush it, you'll just mess it all up.
You know, I'm glad you said that, because if I have learned one thing through all my experience, it's been that if things are rushed, they end up being bad. Just take things slow and think ahead. I think that's what the Lord wants us to learn.
I hear you. I'm wondering if the chat can hear you better than me, because sometimes the way that Google Hangouts works is everybody else can hear us way better than I can hear some of the other people. It's happened one time when Nate was on the stream. I couldn't hear him at all, but everybody in YouTube could hear perfectly fine. Life to the Max asked who is on the stream, and it's JM Zach, and anybody else that wants to come hang out, then just let me know. What am I making? I'm making a necklace display for my wife. Boingo Bear answered my question. Stranded 360 is here. Jonathan Hilt is here. Jigga is here. All right, Stranded 360 says that you can be heard just fine. So that means that any of the glitchiness that I'm hearing is probably just on my side. So that's good. That's a good thing. I want to eventually work with some wood and make like a family crest type thing. But I need projects like this to practice on how to use these tools properly and all of that. So as I'm learning, at least with this cedar, which I don't know if cedar is considered a hardwood or not. I felt like it was a softer wood.
Cedar, yes, cedar is a softwood.
I thought so.
But it's gonna be easier when you're working with. It'll split much easier. So it looks like the grain of board that you're working with, that perpendicular your arm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a pretty hardcore grain. Or sorry, let me show you. There we
Yeah,
go.
so that'll split long.
And here's the back side that I started to kind of cut out.
All right.
So it's interesting. I'm just kind of wiggling my hand. I'm applying a pretty good amount of pressure and then kind of twisting my hand a little bit until it kind of digs through the wood. Far as because my dad kind of showed me, because my dad's done a lot of whittling and woodwork and stuff, and he talked about creating the stop. I forget the technical term besides just calling it a stop, but the edge where you kind of chisel down, straight down, and then you go against that. But just one layer at a time, and not trying to go through the whole thing because you can't. That's not how it works. And anyway, it's interesting. I didn't expect it to be this much work. I've done some whittling and stuff like that throughout the years, and just played around. I entered a walking stick into the North Georgia State Fair when I was a teenager, and I worked on that thing for probably 2 weeks. So I kind of like remember the effort that was required then, but it's been a long time. That's been like 20 years ago.
Well, and whittling is different than trying to
dig a hole.
Yeah.
Dig a hole through a half-inch board of cedar, and dig it in such a way that I'm not like just destroying it in the process. Because I'm trying to make a round hole, and obviously for the wine bottle, so it's gonna take a minute. And anyway, I thought I had a file. I don't have a file, so that's gonna complicate things a little bit. But anyway, I'm just checking the chat every now and then. Scratch that. He just seemed pretty glitchy though. It just has. Making a walking staff as a hobby at the moment, but I need more wood. Yeah, walking sticks are really cool, man. You got to get a good, really, I guess the absolute #1 best wood you could use for a walking stick would be persimmon, because supposedly, as far as I know, persimmon is what they used to make golf clubs out of. And you would imagine that something that could take the kind of abuse as the straightness and the strength of a golf club persimmon. You know, that's pretty cool. But I've made a couple of different walking sticks. I don't even know what wood I made them from. I just kind of found something that I felt like wasn't going to break yeah. So I made a walking stick as a kid that was the handle was a horse. Wow, said that way wrong. Horse hoof. And I even nailed like a piece of metal, like a fake horseshoe on the bottom of it is like nailed into the handle. It looks like a horse hoof with a horseshoe. It's a pretty cool thing. I got second place in the North Georgia State Fair in the well, shoot, it was probably 2000, 2001. So probably what, 90s. I don't know. I graduated high school in 03. So it was before 03. That's all I can remember. I don't remember how old I was. It's funny how the older you get, the more memories kind of blend, and you're like, I don't know. It happened when I was a kid. Just all right, chat. Is anybody having a really relaxing, awesome day? Boingo Bear is leaving. Stranded 360 is still here, apparently. Stranded, yeah, I don't have a Dremel, but as long as you have a steady hand, you can make some good work with a Dremel. That's for sure. Yeah. Power tools would be a lot faster, but I wanted to make it fun, and it is. I might wind up with a little blister, but
well, I would suggest if you were gonna make this venture again, invest like $10 for a hand bit.
for a what?
Hand bit.
Oh, okay.
Drilling by hand.
I mean, I have a drill. It's just I don't have a paddle. You're talking about like a paddle bit, but you can do it by hand.
Yes.
Gotcha. Because I don't even have any paddle bits because I have like one of those Black & Decker, or like, yeah, I think it's Black & Decker. It's like a Walmart battery drill, and that thing lasts, I don't know, 30 screws or one little project. That thing's battery does not last very long at all. So I'm kind of in the oh, thank you. I'm kind of in the market for getting a corded drill, and I was actually hopping on Craigslist earlier today, and there's several corded drills in Pensacola for like $30, $50, $60, and most of the time people don't like corded drills just because whatever. But the pro is you don't have to worry about running out of battery.
You know, if
continuous power, basically.
If I could give you a suggestion, I know tons of people hate it, but I love Harbor Freight, and you could get a corded drill.
Did you say Harbor Freight? That grocery, or not grocery store, but the Harbor Freight, the store?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
yeah, go ahead.
They have you could probably get a corded drill for like $10.
Oh, okay.
They're, for somebody that's not doing doing stuff for a living, you're fine. Harbor Freight is perfect for tools around the house, just using whenever you have them.
Okay. I have one in town. It's not too far away. I never really considered walking in there, but that's good to know that they have good deals.
I would definitely suggest that, because going in, that would save you on shipping, and they do all sorts of in-store stuff. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. All right, so we are slowly, I mean, obviously we're all the way through. That's one side, that's the other side. And I'm just trying to work from both sides now. And what I'll start doing is, let me go ahead and show you, because it's kind of cool just to see how close we are. Let me see. There we go. No. We're pretty close. I don't know if you can see the edge of the bottle, but we only have about 1/8 of an inch to a 1/16 to add to some spots. So it's going to be a slow process to whittle this out. But what I'm doing, I don't know if you guys can see really good. Let me see. Crank this around right here. See just how close we can get this thing. I've got it right on the wood, right? So all I'm doing is just whittling right in there from an angle, from inside. And obviously, I can't keep the camera here the whole time, but you can kind of see what I've got going on, that I'm coming in at a very shallow angle and just shaving away. Shaving away. So I'm going to stick it back up here and crank it down just a little bit. All right, we're good. All righty. Anything happen in chat, guys? I want to get one of their generators. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, the whole air compressor thing, I want a battery-powered air, not battery, wow, battery. I want one of the Brad Nellers that's battery-powered. Because I think that would be a really helpful tool to have, and supposedly they'll sink a nail consistently for like 1,000 nails. I don't foresee having any projects even half that big. So I've been having on my wish list on Amazon for a while a DeWalt Brad Neller. Well, any Bible topics you're curious about? You still here? Oh, I think you muted yourself, buddy.
I did mute myself.
You got any Bible topics you want to talk about randomly?
Well, I suppose, the other night, I think on your or not it was the stream the other night, but I was watching an old video you did where I believe you and Chuck started talking about Enoch.
Okay.
Zion. And that has always been a very interesting.
Yeah, I haven't read much of the apocryphal books, so I can't say that I'm a good source for information on that, really. There are other people that have done much bigger or longer deep dives on the topic, and I'm not completely saying I don't want to learn anything about it. I just haven't taken the time yet. And it's interesting to get around a bunch of other people that have had more time and thought on certain subjects that I might not find as interesting as them. Because there's a lot to be interested about if you think about it. I mean, before I got on YouTube, the whole flat earth concept was meaningless and a waste of time. And now it's like, okay, I'll talk about it. And my main intent is let's have a conversation about it that helps everybody kind of focus on what can be known and to love God more and to have less dissension. Not dissension, it's the wrong word, but less discord. No, that's not the right word.
Contention.
Yeah, contention. Yeah, that's so just less fighting. Just less fighting, because we need to show each other a whole lot more love and not be like, well, I know the truth and you're just blind and blah blah blah. It's like, no, guys, that's not helping anybody. And you may be right, but listen, let's focus on the most important stuff, and we'll keep searching and we'll keep learning, but let's not get distracted by psyops or things that we can't actually prove conclusively. And let's always make sure that we focus on the gospel more, first and foremost. So anyway, that's kind of my intention about it all. So I'm going to have a conversation with Breath of Fresh Bear soon, aka Chuck, about how we're both probably on the same page in regards to who God is as creator and the Word of God, and that there's probably a whole lot less for the ones that want to be honest to Scripture and not quick to judge and are loving and all that good stuff and aren't dogmatic. I think that for those people, we can all get along. It's the ones that are dogmatic in their beliefs. They're like, no, I know the truth. Everybody else is wrong. I'm absolutely right. And I can't be wrong because I know I'm right. It's those people that we're not going to have the ability to get along with. That's not an invitation for compromise or peace or anything. That's just, well, that's kind of the nature of that word dogmatic, right?
Yeah, I absolutely think that that part of all of us being here is learning how to compromise without giving away any of our integrity, I suppose. To be able to look at someone, see them doing something, allow them to do it, but not be judging.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's silly, and some people have told me, well, that should be assumed, but I constantly say the words, I could be wrong, because there's some things that I will, there's mountains I will die on, but there's other ones that I definitely wouldn't. The shape of the earth is not a mountain I think is even worth anybody dying on at all. But but some people disagree, but that's because they're being dogmatic. Anyway, this is interesting. I'm working it out. I'm getting ready to place it back on the bottle and see if I might be getting close.
And you said you don't have any files or anything?
I know, man. I was like convinced, oh, this chair is not doing anything good for my body. All right, I am almost on there. Yeah, if I had a file, I would be
Do you have sandpaper?
I have this guy. I don't know if you can see. I have just a sanding block, and then I probably have sandpaper somewhere.
I was gonna say, if you have sandpaper, you might be able to stick that into the hole and then
Yeah.
stick the bottle on it.
That's true. I'm thinking. Have a razor blade. I don't know if that'll do me any good. Not really.
It take long.
I don't think that a razor blade was made to torque like that, but
No.
it's fun though. It's fun to experiment, and that way nobody else will do the same thing that I've done. I don't know. It's not bad. I was thinking about getting my pocket knife and whittling it out, but
That would work better than the razor.
I agree. All right, I'm gonna go grab that. I'll be back.
Hey, Devin.
Yeah, man.
Really great being on here, but I've got a business to take care of.
Absolutely, man. Have it.
All
Have
right.
it. Let me show you my face. Have a good one. Thank you so much for joining. Hope you had a good time, and we'll see you around.
Thank you, and yeah, I definitely enjoy the stream. So, God bless you, God bless your family, and hope everything goes well for you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'll be seeing you around, dude.
All right, take care.
Yeah,
Bye.
man. Bye for now. I'll be right back, everybody. I'll be right back. Let's get that pocket knife. We'll get that pocket knife. Make sure nobody goes at daddy's stuff, okay?
If you touch it,
What's going on? Oh my gosh, I need a cushion. Tell you what. Is that paused? How did that happen? All right, we're still live, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have enough iPods. What? Whew. I wish I did have a cushion there. This chair is really hurting. Too much. Too much. Too much. How's everybody doing in the chat? What's going on? Am I gonna need to look up? Let's see how many people we have in the chat. How many people are hanging out with us today on this Memorial Day? 7 people? Are you serious? I don't understand how there's 7 people here and nobody's chatting. All right, I'm gonna go get a cushion or something, and I'll be right back, guys. Hey, Preacher Bear. What's going on? Kayla, not safe. Not safe. Not kind. Not safe. Don't do that. Huh? I'll be right back, guys. All right, Preacher Bear. Have a good one.
We walk past and Mom says if you leave it alone, it won't stink. And see those white stuff? See that white stuff? Stay away from it. So it's poison. It's the go over there. Just get those.
All right. We're going to sit on the little... Oh, it's much better. Woo-wee. Oh, because he didn't have his swimsuit on?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. But when I'm done with my sandwich, guys, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. That, my friends, is a brew that was made for loving. Oh, the hardwood didn't hurt me anymore. That's good. That was really painful.
Oh, good job, baby. Oh, get that baby.
What'd you hit your head on? The ground? Go inside. Slip and slide has many dangers. But she actually slipped and fell and hit her head on the water. It's a cushioned slip and slide. like a waterbed, and she hit her head on the cushiony water part, but it might have went hard enough down to hit the ground, but the ground is grass, so there's no roots over there. I don't know. Yeah, everybody go watch Preacher Bear's sermon stuff. That's all that he uploaded. He doesn't upload very much stuff, so it's good to take it in when he gets it out. Put it back. Good job.
Look at that going big.
You want to come in? You want to come in, see Mama? Okay.
Oh my goodness. I can go fucking well. That is it too. Thank you. That's the funniest joke ever. Take my mittens. Take away.
So I don't know if you can see the fence line, but I weeded it today. This is my first 2-day weekend in the. I'm not talking to you. You can talk to Elsie. Daddy's not talking to you. It's okay. It's okay. It's my first 2-day weekend in 13 weeks. So I weeded. And now this wood project. So I can have massive blisters for this next 4-day week. Scratch that 5-day week, Tuesday through Saturday, because there's no chance we're not working on Saturday. I know I'm eating right now, but go ahead and say something in the chat, guys. Alrighty. And I did shave with my bevel razor that I got for an early birthday present. I've been liking it. I've only shaved twice with it, but I like it. It's good. I'll never be going back to a single blade. I mean, to a triple or whatever. The benefits way outweigh the cons. So it's all good. All right. We're going to get back to business. I'm going to angle the camera back down to the wood.
Stop it, you bloody bum! And then you just
See these wood shavings? Ooh. What is going on? There you go. No. Can you see all those wood shavings? It's a lot of wood shavings, guys. Excuse me. What is happening? All right. I've had this knife. It's a Schrade. I've had this knife since college. The tip is broken off. I had a Gerber. It's a locking blade, which is obviously extremely important. You know? But I've had this thing since college. I'd cut a small trees down with this little guy. It really hung in there for me. Probably could use a sharpening, really. I don't know how I'm going to get this sanded in the... I love the smell of cedar, guys. I love the smell of cedar. Plucking away at it. This is not the ideal method. Raise this camera up. I was looking at the camera to do that. That's why I was missing the hole. So basically where you're going across the grain is really not ideal. That's really the main thing, which makes obviously a whole lot of sense. If you're going across the grain, you're just going to run into a lot of trouble, and that's obvious. So, it's okay. So we had a cool bear on, JM Zach. If anybody else is interested in coming to chat while I work on the wood, just let me know. Just let me know. Flip this over. This side is treating me a lot nicer than the other side. A lot smoother. I don't know why that is. I don't know why that is. Yeah, thank you, Life to the Max. Yeah, my kids and my nephew. They're all around the same age. My nephew is 4. My middle daughter is 6, and my oldest daughter is 7. And my son is 3. And then my other nephew is 1.5. So it's like a staircase. Works out pretty well. It works out pretty well. Alrighty. Flip that around. I think we're almost ready, guys. This is not looking very round, though.
What are you doing, Daddy?
I'm going to put this right here. And it's going to drop down onto the, put that right there. It's going to drop down onto the wine bottle. And hold your mommy's necklaces. So that's what I'm doing. But woodworking is hard work. Go play.
I saw one
I can already see that it's going to be pretty gappy. So I'm not too happy about that. Obviously, some type of paddle bit would have made quick work and much more accurate. But the rustic nature, you know, I think it's good to have a little bit of the rustic nature to things. And, you know, it's the same thing with artwork, guys. You know, something happened once the camera was invented. People stopped painting photorealistic artwork. It used to be something of skill and beauty, and the camera robbed those incredible artists like Bouguereau. The camera completely robbed these guys of their craft, and that's sad. That's all I have to say about that. It is sad. Coming in at both sides, working out the edges. This one. Come in from both sides. Hey, speak kind, nice things.
Okay,
All right, we are getting, I mean, every flake of wood that I pluck away here is another flake that allows me to actually stick this on the wine bottle. All righty. And there it is. It is not even at all. And this is where sanding or a file would really come in handy. So I'm going to show you what has happened. And how to make this even is the trick. Let me flip this over. Yeah. It's got to be so perfect to be flat. I mean, that's as far over. I don't know. It's pretty flat, though. Considering the tools I used, there's probably a reason. Here, let me show you. So, lift this up. Show you the gap. See the wiggle. I mean, I'm not disappointed with, yeah, you can see it. I'm not disappointed with the level. It's just, I need a file. Because I could use this guy. Let's see. Oh, that's weird. Wasn't expecting that. Yeah, let me Let's see. All right.
Elsie, stop punching me.
There should not be any punching at all. All right, so I'm going to try and use this as a way of sanding. Guys, I'm doing the best I can with what I've got. I'm just trying to think about what I have and methods to accomplish this. So, let's pull it up there. Kayla. No. All right. Trying to create a circle in the center of a piece of wood is not what it was designed for. Oh, that's not what I expected either. Alrighty. Do we have anybody here? Did everybody leave? Is that really what's going on today? Did everybody leave? 6 people. There's like at least 4 people not chatting right now. At least 4. I didn't realize that I was that much of a guy to listen to. You know? Again. So apparently that back and forth motion is I mean, I can't tighten that by hand anymore. That's on there. That back and forthness. So you might be able to tell I'm not great at multitasking. So I'm not really very conversational when I'm actively doing something. Although very rough, what I'm doing right now is working for what I wanted to accomplish. It is creating a rough but very round hole. Now you guys can judge for yourself. Around. It's pretty round, guys. It's pretty round. It's pretty round. Let's see here. It's a little off. And
Okay, you sit on that side, I sit on that. You sit on that corner, and you sit on that.
let me flip it because that'll probably be the bottom anyway.
I'm controlling you.
All right. Well, guys, this is what I have so far. It's going to be painted. It needs to be a little more stable, but it's relatively self-leveling. And as I said, very experimental. Crank this up here, show my face off a little more. You see that? You see that gleam? Look at that. It's like 85 degrees out here. I've got cold beverages. I don't know that this is going to phase this at all. I'll just try and get in here like that. Let me crank it back down. You don't want to look at my face anyway. See what I'm doing? Just using the corner. And it's peeling the corner off. So it's not working stupendously. I mean, it's tearing that sandpaper from here to Kingdom Come, really. Anyway, well, I still have sandpaper. Alrighty, it's really working the edges away, but you know, I'm getting the most out of my 80 grit sand brick that I've had for probably 6 years or 7 years. I'm getting the most out of this that I possibly can, I'll tell you that. Alrighty. I'm really tearing the mess out of this crazy thing. I'll tell you what. But you know what? It's okay. Again, there's not a professional woodworker in the world that would do this. So it's definitely one of a kind. You know what I'm saying? You get it. You get it. Alrighty, that's one. Now that I've done that, I am very much doubting how I'm going to do the next one. The fact that it has some wobble is not really a big deal. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I don't know, guys. I don't even know. Cut it into strips. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I think I'll just, I know my wife has sandpaper. She does a little bit of situation too, so. A nice piece of sandpaper would really make matters a lot better. Be able to get that a lot more round. And I'm not going to be able to do it with any other tool. So I'll be back, guys. You guys can just listen to the sound of happiness and fighting. Play fighting, but you know. All right, I'll be right back, guys. Hey, please stop wrestling. Play, but don't yank each other around like that, please. No, you need to go to the bathroom. Yeah. Do you have some sandpaper for me? You can't complain about getting hurt if you don't obey what I tell you. So if you push each other like that and somebody gets hurt, that's your own fault. Because I already told you what not to do. Alrighty, we're back. I'm gonna have to just I'm gonna be a crazy person here for a second. Yeah, they're playing way too rough, in my opinion.
Come on. It's time for you to come in and get ready for the towel. And give me a second, just sit on there. You ready to come in, Lovely, again? Yeah, I was gonna say,
Alrighty.
you need to come in soon too, honey.
So now we have that situation. Stick that over there.
Here is your towel.
Bunch of foam all over the place.
Alright, because we want to make sure you step on this. So we don't get up this door inside where I don't have to slip it on that tile.
Miss Jump.
Okay? Come here.
All this time.
Well,
That's
just
how
a
far
little
I've gotten.
Yeah.
I'm working on it. Alrighty. So now what we're gonna do, and the curve is gonna pretty much just naturally be there. This is interesting, my friends. Oh boy. This is an adventure, my friends. Could talk about that kombucha for more, or somebody could come on the stream. Let me check my text, make sure I didn't get a text from somebody. Nope. All right. I don't understand how my phone is still at 44%. That's so weird. It's been plugged in this entire time, and it's green charging. Josh Tot, you're fine. I don't know if you're still here or if you'll watch this sometime, but I got your message on Patreon. Dude, you're fine. Cool. Yeah, so Josh Tot got this really cool. Let me pull the chat back up. Make sure we have everything being copacetic up in here. Josh Tot got the Showbread album signed. Check it out. It's signed number 414. It's a little damaged. The liquid damage comes from a liquid hand soap because this was in my tool bag for reasons unknown. But the album and the discs inside are perfectly fine. But let me say that with absolute confidence. See, it's just the outer thing. The inner thing is not really damaged, but no, it's fine. It's a 2-disc album with lyrics, I think. And yeah. So not that Showbread will ever be like something worth millions of dollars or anything, but it was cool. It's fun. And I want to pass it on. So Josh Tot, that's on Patreon, got that. And I'm happy to find more things to give away to other people that want to show their love and support to help my family feed themselves, me included, you know, because I got to eat too. For those of you that don't know, I'm not financially well off. Appearances can be deceptive, I guess. But anyway, so anybody that's on Patreon is literally helping feed my family. Literally. Anybody that sends me money on PayPal, you have literally helped feed my family. So thank you. And yes, you know, I have church support. We've gotten a pretty significant amount of church support. But apart from that, we don't have much to fall back on. You know, we can't move in with family. Any of our family, it's just not an option for any of them. Whether it's because they live in an apartment or an efficiency or other situations, it's not an option. I mean, even on the verge of apocalypse, it's not even an option. So anyway. So yeah, anything that you guys do on Patreon is a way for me to know, hey, that's what I can hopefully count on a little bit to provide food and groceries for my family. And this was going to be a Patreon video, but I just wanted to have a little bit more people to hang out and possibly get on the stream. So that's why I did it this way. Alrighty. This is not easy, guys. This is fun, but not easy. Kind of like sanctification, this topic of new study for me. Not new, I mean, I've studied it over the years, but as far as like the next topic that I'm really interested in doing a deep dive on is the concept of sanctification. It's amazing. It's not going very far. Literally no one has chatted anything for the last like 30 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. Oh, it's because you all left. Okay. That makes sense. And the kids aren't making their happy sounds anymore, so maybe everybody's getting bored. The sun's starting to go down. This is a project that I was really hoping to get done in one day. It's kind of as if I don't have the tools to do what I needed to do. So, alrighty. What's up? Messiness. Yeah. You see what I've gotten so far?
I was looking at it, yeah. Interesting. Is there no way to do the knobs? You know, I have some knobs.
Well, I have
You have to screw holes for them.
I have only 4. Oh wow, not bad. Of these. Oh. Do we have anybody left? Is anybody here?
Yeah, I'm talking about the fancy stuff.
Oh,
I can use
knobs.
cabinet knobs. But
No, I've got my camera going. So, yeah. Yeah, that's, I mean,
even if you, I know this would change the design quite a bit, but even if you like staggered them on the top like this, one here, one here, one here.
to
one
hang
here,
down.
One here, one here. I could still hang them, and yeah, they'd still hang off the necklace, and they could still hang off the side. Just fine, I think.
They would.
Oh, he left his boots. That's silly. Okay.
The second tower thing. What are you thinking of that? Too tall?
I think it's gonna be too much. Yeah, I think you need to work on making sure that's stable
Stable.
and paintable. Because I'm probably gonna
Stable.
Which means not putting knobs on until it's done, like done being painted.
I do have a drill. I do have a drill. These are fancy little knobs my wife has collected over the past decade. Oh. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I've definitely sanded it. It's smooth on the inside, but it's not perfectly round, which is really hard to do. Really hard to do. A rounded file. Did he already leave?
Yeah, they
Barefoot?
yeah, apparently. Nobody was paying attention. Not
Gotcha.
the first time he's left barefoot.
You don't by chance have a file? Only a nail file? Not a regular, like,
Just a family board.
yeah, that won't do.
What are you trying to? You know we have that electric sander you bought me too.
Yeah, but it won't help in getting in this hole and making it more round.
Yeah, I know. Does your dad have any tricks? I mean, he's the one that's been doing all that woodworking stuff.
It's a good question.
You might know.
A metal file is probably going to be the best tool. Probably $5 at Walmart or Home Depot or something.
There you go. We need more milk.
What are the kids up to?
Showers. Grandma's still.
Gotcha. Well, I've just been running a live stream of me doing this.
I know.
A couple of people have hung out and chatted. Most people have left, probably out of boredom. He's just doing the same thing and he's not making much progress. It's oblong, you know, and that's what is not. If it's perfectly round, then it's going to be, you know, fit like a glove and not move anywhere. But as it stands,
Can it be secured with some glue around the bottom edge though? Like even without being perfectly round?
yeah, I mean, I could make it work. I don't know where my wood glue went, but I was thinking of like a rubber band or something underneath.
I needed your wood glue or something.
I looked, I just couldn't find it.
It's in with all my painted stuff.
Oh, I didn't look underneath the cabinets. Got you. So yeah, I need wood glue and maybe a rubber band, and that would secure it. But you'd have to like paint over it, and
Yeah.
it'd be interesting.
Like I said, I planned it anyway, so.
But it naturally levels for the most part. I mean, you want to feel it?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not gonna like be crazy.
You got it.
I feel like. Oh no, that's a pretty big gap there. Well, I think glue would be fine though. Or even silicone.
I have something too. Actually.
But something along the bottom, you know, to just kind of hold it stable. And then I can paint over it and nobody's going to see the bottom anymore. I think, yeah.
Well, in that case, like
But
the expanding Gorilla Glue could work too.
if you're going to do knobs for me and stuff, you might want to do whatever you're doing to that piece of wood first. Drill holes, whatever you need to do before it's all glued up, because you're going to be jostling it around more.
You know that Gorilla Glue stuff that expands like the great stuff?
Yeah.
That could work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, I just don't know. Ian Bear Pig, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad somebody's here, hypothetically. It's nice not be all the way alone. Probably going to start a separate stream and have some like round earth, flat earth conversation with Breath of Fresh Bear. Probably going to do that. It's been a long day. And this project you participated in viewing my son is hitting the window. Yeah, I think it'll work. I've got to level it somehow and then just glue it. Probably going to use Gorilla Glue. Which part would be awesome? The round earth, flat earth? Yeah, we basically the purpose in that conversation that we want to have is how we can all get along, basically, and how whatever side you're on, the other side isn't necessarily getting it wrong. Yeah. I know it's entertaining. We're not doing it for shock value. We're doing it for to seek the truth and in love with two people that know that they have each other's back, even if they disagree. It's all right. It's good to disagree. Helps us grow. All righty. Well, she said she's going to go get a file, possibly with some milk. You're a lot of yawning. I'm going to be getting to bed pretty early tonight, I think. I'm really happy about the kombucha, though. I'm going to be bringing kombucha with me to work every day. People are going to be like, what are you drinking? Looks like beer. Be like, it's kombucha, bro. It's not kombucha. It's kombucha. Whatever. Call it what you like. I'll call it what I like. And I like kombucha. No, I like kombucha. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is. I really don't. That yellow foam. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. See? It's all good. You just use what you got. Do the best with what you got. What else we got in here? Got a lot of random stuff. You know what is a good thing to keep in the toolbox? Aspirin. Usually, if you're using a hammer, aspirin is a good tool to keep around. Some of these tools I've had a really long time. Really long to me. I've had this for like 2001, 2002. Yeah, that's like 17 years. That's pretty good. It's a pretty long time. Still good to go. All right. Pretty sure we're done here, guys. Just for kicks and giggles, though. Wonder how hard it would be. Just for kicks and giggles. I'm gonna see if I can get this in the bottle. Nobody cares. Why does my computer keep telling me this? Sometimes I just wonder. Yeah, man, me too. A file is really going to be necessary because makeshifting with this piece of sandpaper that's pretty dead, not going to work very well. You got to have the right tool for the job. Kind of a rule for life. See you later, Ian Darepig. See you later. Finally having some cool breeze. All right, I think that without any dialogue, guys, this is a silly video. What do you think? I mean, sometimes it can be calming. Just listen to a guy. I can just start talking about what's on my mind. I was watching one of the Justin, forget his last name, the dude that hunts pedophiles. Forget his name. I was watching one of his videos. Really sad, man. It's really sad. I have compassion for these sinners. I actually do. I know that most people would be like, nah, kill them all. But, I don't know. There's a blindness, guys. There's a blindness to the hedonism. You know what I'm saying? I need a much better sander. A metal file. It's going to work wonders for me. Is anybody there? Just say hello. I mean, I'm on my Wi-Fi, so I'm not really using up any my data or anything. If I was, I would have turned it off by now. This sandpaper is dead. I've really killed it. I really have. Ah. And the sandpaper, seen better days. Let's see. Not even close. Not even close. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna take an intermission, and the next time you see me, if I come back tonight, it'll be to have that silly conversation about flat Earth. Gosh, stuff is not easy. Woodworking requires good tools, the right setup. I'm winging it on two little wooden chairs with random tools that I just have. And it's a lot of work. Maybe I've grown soft over the years working stupid jobs. Not stupid jobs. I've done a lot of good for the kingdom and stuff. But well, that took a long time. Like, how long did it take? 3 hours? 2 hours? 3:43. No less than 2 hours. That's for sure. Goodness gracious. All right, well, I'm going to keep this set up, and I'm going to go ahead and end this stream, I think. And we will have a situation later. Yeah, point this towards myself. No, it's fine. I'll lean in here for a good position. All right, well, I don't know that I've taught anybody anything today, but if you learned something from me, so be it. And the one thing I could teach is use the right tool for the job. Use the right tool for the job. You know, a nice work table with a what are those things called? A clamp, like the good heavy duty clamp, wood clamp or whatever. Not a vice clamp, but like the thing that you turn the wheel and it really, really clamps in. Something like that. I wish more people had been in the chat, guys. It's kind of, you guys must be really being a patriot for the weekend. There's literally one person here. I'm guessing because it says 2. So I assume that I'm one of them. I'm going to shower and be a little bit more refreshed. And then we'll have a fun stream and hopefully a bunch more people will join. And yeah. And at the same time, maybe I'll be working on this. Maybe I won't. Wonder if that fits through there. Oh yeah, of course it does. Well, that fits through there all the way around. Probably way too big. Way too big of a hole. Doesn't fit in the wine bottle though. Oh, I do have this pocket knife. All right, somebody say something. Give me a yoo-hoo. Whittling. Whittling is something that I have done. All right. Let me angle down here. Watch me whittle. If you're really old, you might enjoy this. If you're young, you're like, what's whittling? What's whittling? Well, back in the day when a boy was about 10 years old, maybe 9, maybe even 8, would give a boy a knife and teach him how to whittle. Alrighty. Alrighty. So go. There we go. Whittling is a tricky thing, especially when you're trying to create a pit. Like all I'm trying to do is actually round this to fit in here. So I don't have a long way to go. Excuse me. But I don't want it to be conical either. I want it to be actually straight. Which means coming at it that angle. Ooh, underneath the fingernail. That's fun. Alrighty. This knife is not sharp, by the way. I'm just noticing that. It's very old. It's okay. Okay. We're going to work it out just fine. This is another way to do this. I'm just kind of testing out with this piece of wood that I've got. And, you know. You might have noticed that I'm hitting my skin a little bit, but we're fine. We're fine, guys. We're fine. Shave off the top layer of just the top layer. I don't know if you're able to really, I think you're able to see what I'm doing here. I'm really just creating a peg to be able to insert into the wine bottle for another idea that I had. So when we work towards ourselves, it can really be helpful, but then it's fatter on the end. But then you just go back right over it, and then you're able to trim it down really loosely, whittle it down, whittle it down. Not too much, just a little bit. And we are pretty straight. I'll give you a good look at it in just a second. I'm rounding it out a little bit more. It's pretty good. Get in there, right there. And, you know, it's not perfectly smooth. It kind of shaves it when you go across flat, like 90 degree-ish. Smooths it out a little bit. Alrighty, let's see. See how close we are. We getting close? Oh yeah, pretty close. Oh, the derriere. How many people do we have here? Do we have anybody here? Did everybody leave? Nobody's said anything for a long time. Woo wee. Oh, that's some pain on the derriere. Cut back. cut back a little bit at a time. You cut to the stop and you cut it off like that. Cut back, and then you cut it off. Cut back, and then you cut it off. Cut it off. Alrighty. We might oh, we're close. We're close. What I'll do is I'll collect all these cedar shavings off the ground, and I'll save them for when I need to start a fire. They start fires so nice. I'm just trying to take small layers off, guys. Keep it as round as possible. Keep it as round as possible and as straight as possible. Alrighty. It's pretty round. Let me show you. If I do say so myself, that's get really close. There you go. It's pretty round. Just by eye and by hand. Okay. Woo! Woo! A yellow fly or something was just biting my ankle. I hate those things. Things are out for the attack. I tell you what, that's no good. I don't like bugs, guys. I've got some stuff for it though. Some good stuff. It's called picaridin. Legalized in Europe for over a decade. It was illegal in America because of Monsanto. It's extract of black pepper, as far as I understand, and picaridin. Pretty cool stuff, and it works super good, especially for the mosquitoes. That's really the biggest thing. Freaking bugs are ridiculous, though. It's gonna drive me insane. Probably go inside for the flat earth thing. I don't know how much more I can handle with woodworking. I'm just trying to get this in the bottle. All right. Shave more. Is it going in? Oh, it's tight. It's tight. It might be perfect. Look at that. It's actually tight almost all the way around. Got this little guy. It would be sucky to it'd be pretty bad to bust the bottle or something like that. Nobody wants to say anything. Am I really that alone? I guess it's possible. Every like 10 minutes, my computer does this noise and tells me that this program no longer exists. Like some scanning program. And it's not Avast, because I get those pop-ups too. I'm sure you've seen them on some of my screen shares. I'm gonna cut you in half. I'll tell you what. Kind of fly that stings. I probably just took too much off. Because it was like just barely. All right, let's see what happens now. That's, oh my gosh. That thing is annoying as all get out. Dude. It keeps stinging my ankle. You know, I wish I had a big crowd of people to laugh at me, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Bro, why my ankle? You stupid fly. It's got these big fat wings. I need a towel. What I need. I wish I nailed him good enough, but I really don't like bugs. Alrighty. Alrighty, guys. I think we're actually at an end here. Crank this down. So if I end up using this as a potential part of the design, I think I've determined how to do this. Found the right piece. I think I can make this work. Woodworking is fun, guys. I tell you. You mess up, you overdo it, and then wood glue is your only help then. You can't add it back, you know what I'm saying? Tell you, man. Then getting my ankles. Ankle biters. Is that why they call them that? Is that why they call them that? Alrighty. I think we're good. I'm going to show you this thing go right on there. Alrighty. Nobody's chatting. It's all good. Alrighty. Check that out. That's how they used to do furniture, guys. You know? If you think about it, making that and then plug that into the other part of the chair. You know, took a long time to make stuff back when. Alrighty, that's right on there. It's right on there. See that? I have an itch on my eye. Alrighty. So that was fun. That was pretty fun. So now if I want to use that like that, I can do that. And what I would do is put that up there like that. Scaring me. If that would stay. Well, anyway, you get the point. Do another one. But I kind of have to master the hole. And that is not a perfectly round hole, my friends. It's really hard. You're working against the grain. And you're using hand tools, not the tools designed to do the job. It's okay, though. Okay. All right, I'm going to shower. We're going to call this a day, I think. And then maybe, just maybe. Just getting tight. It's pretty good on there, though. It'd be pretty fun. It's straight. It is straight. That much is for sure. Check this out. It is straight. It is an idea, you know, it's an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea. Alrighty, friends. It's a really long stream. We had some people here earlier making conversation, and then everybody left because they're like, okay, let me go enjoy my holiday and not just spend it with this woodworker, if that's what he wants to call himself. It is probably because I started talking about Patreon. That does it every time. If I ever want to be all alone, all I have to do is say Patreon. Everybody starts leaving. Kind of funny. All right. Well, where's this thing? See my safety? See my safety precaution? There's a piece of cardboard to protect. It's pretty good. It works. I'll actually trim it down a little bit. Old habit of how to hold scissors. I used to work for AT&T, and we had electrician snips, and that's how they taught us how to hold them. That you never put your thumb through it, and come to find out, that's just kind of how it feels right to hold almost all scissors. You end up hurting your hand pretty good. Or whatever. That's good. It's good enough. Help things fit a little bit better. Alrighty, guys. Had a fun time practicing with different things. Did you hear that? Pretty good fit, my friends. Pretty good fit. So it's not bad with a pocket knife. Not bad. Alrighty. Well, the yellow fly is still attacking me, and I'm gonna go ahead and go inside and shower and say goodnight to everybody. Kids are going to bed, and hope everybody had a great day. I've got a lot to clean up out here. I don't know when the next 2-day weekend I'm going to have. The struggle is real, friends. Read your Bible. Love God with all your heart, mind, soul, and strength. And I'll see you next time.